What's up guys, this is Astranox. In this video I want to go over my Diablo 2 Classic Hardcore Paladin. So this video is going to act as a starter build guide for Classic Diablo 2. If you're going to be playing with a Paladin or even other classes, I'll be sharing some knowledge with you guys. So I haven't lost any character. My first character was actually a Barbarian, and it's been a while since I played Classic, and I was like, you know what, after reaching Act 3, I'm pretty much done with the Barbarian. Let me just go on the good old Paladin, because the Barbarian without gear, Soul Self on Classic, you don't really find many unique pieces. It's really rare gear, even magic pieces, right? And it's in the struggle. You don't have Frenzy yet until 24. You don't have Whirlwind before 30. Battle Order at 24. Battle Order is extremely overpowered. You can basically get more than double your life and mana. Barbarians are completely busted, but I'm playing solo self-found, so it is quite a bit different. So initially I was like, let me play the Barbarian because I'll be able to be getting the Battle Order since I'm solo self-found, get more than double my current health pool. And in terms of survivability, because I play hardcore, right? This is hardcore, right? Hardcore ladder, pre-expansion, so this is classic. So I was like, let me play the Barbarian, right? It's gonna be much better to survive, and when I get Whirlwind and I start to get some nice rare gear, especially a weapon, right? It's gonna be OP, but I just couldn't pull through. I was like, you know what, let me just make the Paladin. So I made the Paladin. Paladin is just melting everything. So let me go over why the Paladin is so good and what is my build, because you can just basically crush everything in normal and in Nightmare, and then after Nightmare you basically want to respec out of the build that I'm going for, which you can do easily. Like you go see Atma, and like you got a quest to reset your stats and your skills, so it's perfectly fine. Now let me show you guys my position here. I'm 143 on the leaderboard, right? Classic Hardcore Season 12, and I'm playing solo self-found, so I don't have any help from people. I'm actually playing on the Asia realm, and because I'm not in Canada right now, and most players are playing on US servers, right? Or even Europe servers, but my ping is really bad. It's like 300 in Europe, and like I think US is like 400 plus ping, so that's really bad for hardcore. But as you can see, players in the top, they usually have at least a duo of like a Barbarian plus a Sorceress. Like, I mean, the Barbarian just like you get more than double of your life. The Paladin could be, less hammer, but then the Paladin could also be Conviction, which is super broken in Diablo. In Project Diablo 2 that was nerfed. Battle Order was nerfed in the mod Project Diablo 2, which I love to play as well as of course Path of Exile 1, Path of Exile 2, and Grim Dawn. And like, I'm crazy about ARPGs, Last Epoch as well, and I love to play in hardcore. But like, if you're gonna play a team, it's so much easier. You're just gonna like destroy the game. I mean, Classic for me is harder than the normal game. I mean the expansion, right? Because the expansion, there's so much power creep with the gear, the uniques, the sets, the rune words. It's ridiculous how much power you can actually gain. And with all the bots, like if you're trading, you're just gonna like get so easily geared out, right? You're just gonna crush the content. It's gonna be trivial. But in Classic, it's different. Like you don't really have people to trade with, especially, I mean, if you play solo self-found. So yeah, a team is going to crush everything. People can play alone and have like a Barbarian that will, like, they could have multiple accounts. Like, let's say they play like 3 accounts, right? They could be playing, I mean, the Barbarian could be the main. You got the Sorceress that teleports initially, and then you just put Enchant on your Barbarian, and then you have no, that's not a good example, actually. But yeah, just a duo of like, you could have another account that's a Barbarian to Battle Order and then Shout, and you could be playing the Sorceress, which has to deal with immunity. But if you play with someone else, you could have a Paladin that's Conviction and play a Sorceress with like Well, I mean, like, there's multiple builds at that point because you're just going to melt everything. If there's conviction on the enemies, you're just going to lower the resistance of the monsters by, like, over 120%. Or, like, that makes it so trivial. You break immunity. So that's why it was nerfed in Project Diablo 2. But if you play solo self-found, that's different. That's different. So let me show the build. What is the deal? So now I'm in Nightmare, and I'm just cruising, and I'm going to explain where did I farm and why those places are so good. And yeah, so my character, why is my character so broken? That is actually probably the most, I mean, arguably one of the most broken characters slash build for early game in classic Diablo 2, right? Yeah, so why is it so good without gear? And that works for solo self-found, right? So that's why. So I'm gonna press the skill, and you're gonna understand right away. It's the skill. It's Holy Fire. Holy Fire is completely busted. So it's adding damage to my Zeal, 1,300 to almost 1,800. And then Holy Fire is ticking for between 214 to 580 damage. I'm not even done maxing. I'm going full damage for the Holy Fire. And the way it works is you max Holy Fire, right? But before you even max the Holy Fire, you put points in Holy Fire, you can only unlock it at level 6. So what you do is you put like 1 point in Might, and you just turn that on, and you just auto attack with attack, right? And what's going to happen is that, well, you're going to be able to level fairly fast. But as soon as you get Holy Fire, you start to really melt things up, right? So sacrifices, you don't really want to use the skill in hardcore. It damage to self, so you lose health, right? But then you put 1 point in Zeal. Yes, you can put more points so you can hit multiple times. I didn't do that because I rely heavily on the Holy Fire passive damage, and I try to be efficient with farming as fast as possible without even having to use Zeal, beside for like tougher like rares or fighting act bosses, right? So you basically like 1 point, and what you can do is basically before you reach 6 at level 5, you can save that point. So when you reach 6, you can do Holy Fire and Zeal at the same time. And then you just put all your points in Holy Fire. But before that, you have 1 point in Might, 1 point in Sacrifice, and then 2 points in Resist Fire. And then you save the level 5 skill point, and then you're gonna do at 6 Zeal plus Holy Fire. Now Holy Fire gets 21% fire damage increase per level, and that fire resist is giving a lot of damage, right? I mean, much more than what you get out of Salvation. And the really good thing about resist fire as well is that you're getting passively maximum fire resist. So that means you're gonna go from 75 if you're, fire res cap, to 85%, and that makes it so much easier when you're dealing with enemies that do fire damage, which are all over the game, right? I mean, especially like Diablo, the Chaos Sanctuary, right? Those demons that what is it, Balrog? No, the one that breathe fire, like the Inferno, they can melt you if you don't have good fire resist, right? So that really helps you passively without even turning it on, which is quite great. And you're getting a lot of damage to Holy Fire when you're putting points in Resist Fire. But after that, things start to slow down in terms of damage because you're starting to put points in Salvation, right? And Salvation, you don't turn it on, especially if you play solo. You're not gonna turn it on. I mean, you could be walking with it to survive or something if your resists are not capped, if you're skipping stuff, right? And you're just I mean, you could also use charge to go faster through the axe to reach the bosses. I didn't do it. I'm pretty sure charge is still bugged in Diablo 2. Like when it bugs out, you're frozen, and then you have to weapon swap. Wait, maybe it works in class. Actually, wait. If you're frozen in Classic and you can't use the weapon swap technique to get out of the frozen charge, that means you're stuck in it? Yeah, I'm not sure I want to test it out, but you guys let us know in the comment section how that works, right? So yeah, after you've in low level 40s, you're gonna have that Holy Fire maxed out. You're gonna have the Resist Fire. Actually, like even before 40, maybe, because like you're getting skill point from Act 1, Act 2, Radamant, right? The Den of Evil. You're getting 2 point from the Act 4, right? So yeah, you're gonna get it at like 40, right? So you're gonna do a lot of damage, and then things will slow down. But what you want to do is you're gonna farm the zones that I'm gonna talk about in a moment here. But here is my gear first. Now for weapon, if you're gonna be relying on Zeal, you want ignore target defense, and you don't need this particular weapon. Yes, you could build attack rating. Yes, you can build dexterity to build your attack rating, but it's going to be a lot of points that you're going to be losing, like a lot of value that could be going in resistances instead, or vitality, because you need more life in hardcore especially, right? So what you can do, even if you don't have this weapon, you can just gamble for a fast-based weapon, and you're going to end up getting like, you could get a magical one that has ignore target defense. You could get like a rare one that has ignore target defense with increased attack speed. And yeah, maybe you get resist on that as well. So it could be great. Now, you don't care about the physical damage. It's all about speed. Now, you just want to go for, when you gamble, you're just going for a one-hander that has a high base speed. So let me just show you real quick. So basically, what I really love too with Diablo 2 Resurrected is the gambling is ridiculously good. Like, it's so much better than how it used to be. You just refresh until you see the base that you want, right? So initially, a Scimitar is going to be very good. Like, this is a very fast base already. This is my go-to weapon, right? Even better than the Crystal Sword, right? The Crystal Sword is, I believe, it's like -10, and the Scimitar is like -20, so it's faster, right? And when you get the Crystal Sword, it actually shows fast attacks, like, yeah, fast attack speed. But you want one that has very fast, so yeah, you can go with a saber, but like initially it's a Scimitar, and that's gonna be the cheapest for you to gamble. And like I said, you don't care about the actual physical damage on it. You're just trying to get as like increased attack speed on it if you can, but really that ignore target defense is really nice. Now this unique is good. I looked out and I found it. Right, I can definitely use the strength, the dexterity, not so much, but the strength is nice. And also the mana stolen per hit is nice as well, so I don't have to chug mana potions. So this weapon definitely works well, but like if you get a rare, even without the mana leech, it's fine. It's fine. You can get mana leech somewhere else. Maybe you get it on the rare version with ignore target defense, and it gets increased attack speed. You could have a weapon that attacks even faster than this, right? And you could put points in Zeal and really like attack multiple targets more than 2, and really like having ignore target defense is so much better, because like if you see here, I have a 45% chance to hit a fallen. So let me just like, if I go and let's say a River of Flame, I mean, I don't really like to farm this place. Let's just see here. You see 19%. It's because I switched to like my barb and I was attacking a monster, and then it still remembers my barb in normal difficulty or something like that. I'm not sure exactly. Or actually I was in Act 3, right? Because that's the zone that I love to farm, and I'll talk about it in a moment here. But you can see my hit chance is very bad. So you need to put points in Zeal. You need to boost your attack rating on your gear, get dexterity, right? So it's awful. You're losing a lot of value. It could be going into vitality, which increases your life and your survivability, right? So In terms of the rest of the gear, like I did find a Dusk Deep, which is pretty nice actually, because 15 all res, that's great. Okay, the maximum damage can be helpful if there's a fire immune, helps, you know, your top end. And what I really like is the damage reduced by 7. Now, this is extremely powerful in Diablo. When you reach maximum resistance and you're getting attacked by monsters that do small hits, right, and attack very fast, and I believe like damage reduced by 7, that means it's affecting physical and magical. And there is a damage reduced by magic by X amount as well. You can stack those things up. But like if it's a magical attack that's like a fast ticking one, right? Let's say those like those demons that do Inferno and really can melt you quick, especially, you know, in a very fast pack and like in Chaos Sanctuary. This damage reduced by 7 is massive. It adds up, especially when you have 85% fire resistance, right? Because of the super nice resist fire. And you could even switch the build. You don't need to be Holy Fire. You could switch it up, which I'm thinking of doing it, to go Holy Shock, because there's less monsters that are immune to lightning and like compared to fire. So what you could have is you could have, because I believe this works with, yes, resist lightning. The multipliers, like the damage boost, is less compared to Holy Fire, but it starts with a bigger base because it's unlocked at 24, right? So in the end, I think Holy Shock deals more damage, but there's more variation, right? So you're gonna have a much lower minimum damage and a quite a bit higher maximum damage. So what's gonna happen is that if you're used to Holy Fire, just like melting a pack in one hit or two, then the Holy Shock is gonna be random, right? It might take out some monsters in one hit. Some monster might get hit for like minimum bunch of times, so it can be annoying. So you're gonna have to clean up with Zeal or just skip them and kind of like let them follow you, like and die in the background, like in the back. So I really like Holy Fire because you got it at level 6, right? And you can do normal Nightmare, no problem with it. Act 4, you can start to see some immunity, and it can be annoying. I mean, even before Act 4, but Act 4 really makes it so, like, if your weapon damage, your physical is not good, you didn't power up Zeal, you're gonna be in the struggle to take out that target, right? As a solo player. So yeah, I really like the damage reduced by X amount. You can definitely stack that. So this is, my chest got fairly lucky with that, actually. Nice defense. You want to work on your resistances. Super important. Now, in terms of what is important for your resistances, like you don't even need like really poison resist for Andariel. What you can do is you can just chug potions before fighting her. That's the trick. You can just chug a bunch of antidote potions. It's like 30 seconds each. You can chug like 6 of them or 4 of them. Bring some up with you, and it will boost your resist, right? Same with Towering Potion. So it stacks up. You can see poison 62. Yeah, I mean, it goes to 85. That is ridiculous. Even higher than the cap of 75. And the Towing, you can see same thing. So for Duriel, you can use Towing. For Iswell, you can use Towing. Antidote for Andariel, you can use Antidote for Mephisto. He has poison as well. And I believe that the lightning ball that he shoots is lightning and cold, so you can definitely use Towing. Antidote for Mephisto is stack up, like you pop a bunch of them before fighting him. And you can always go to town. That's the thing with Diablo 2, is very easy compared to, like, let's say Path of Exile, like 2, right? Like, it's different ball game because PoE 2 has one-shot mechanics, and I'm going in there in hardcore blind playthrough. I did that, you know, with the new season that's was just going, season 3. A lot of fun, but there's one-shot mechanics, and when you don't know these one-shot mechanics in hardcore, you're gonna get clapped and you have to, you know, go again. So yeah, resist, super important. Damage reduced by X amount, if you can get it, great. Life, of course, always great. Defense, not that big of a deal, because when you're running, your defense is not there, right? Your defense doesn't work. So most of the time you're going to be running unless you want to be like a turtle. And I don't want to work on defense first. What's important is block, and block in Classic is very easy to get block. You might be wondering, why the hell are you not running Holy Shield? Well, I already have 74% chance to block. I don't need Holy Shield. Holy Shield is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, right, to unlock it. And then you have to put points in it because the duration is only 30 seconds. So you're gonna have to put points in it, and I don't want to deal with that because I don't even need to deal with that. And I didn't even find like a godly, let's say, rare shield that doesn't have, let's say, 70 like close to 75% block, so I don't have to worry about it, right? I don't have to worry about it. But you can definitely get Holy Shield. It's just like your Holy Fire will not be scaling as fast. You can definitely get charge. It's gonna like really be hard on your mana. You can be charge locked, and that can be deadly in hardcore. You can exit and save, exit the game, right? You can always do that to save yourself if you get frozen. But usually I weapon swap to get out of a charge free like lock when it bugs out. So now you cannot do that in Classic. There's no weapon swap. So yeah, you can get yourself a shield. I'm running a magical one. Increased chance of blocking, can be on any base, and on a tower shield it brings it to almost 75%, so that's great. Faster block rate is super important as well, because you want to get faster block rate, because the faster you recover from a block, the faster you can block again. So if you get hit all at once, you cannot block all these attacks. You have to recover using block rate, faster block rate. So it's very important. Another extremely important thing to have is faster hit recovery. Faster hit recovery is that if you get hit by multiple targets all at once and they attack very fast pack, you can get locked, kind of like stun locked. Like you can't move. You're stuck. You're locked in a hit recovery. That's why you need faster hit recovery. So definitely stack on that. But I would say that resistances are more important, and then I would say hit recovery is extremely important, like followed with, of course, life. Life you get plenty from dumping points and vitality, but like getting that block is super nice, because let's say you don't rely on defense because you're going to be running and you might be hit, but when you're fighting you're standing still. But Holy Fire is really about like just running and destroying stuff as you run, so you don't need to worry about stacking defense, right? And it's not like you know, the expansion of Diablo 2 where you can have a Defiance mercenary or get Defiance from an item, a rune ward, right? So Classic is harder because rare gear is where it's at. Yes, there's some unique that are pretty powerful, but the power from the items in the expansion are just incredibly like high. It makes the game pretty like trivial. So I got resistance, like I said, very important to get resistance. So if you can get something else, I got magic damage reduced by 2, so that's great. And here damage reduced by 1 with a bit of fire resistance. The replenished life can be nice, right? Like, so you don't have to chug potion all the time. When you get small hits here and there, it can be helpful, but it's slow. It doesn't replenish 3 per second. It's like 3 over the course of 5 seconds, I think, something like that. Yeah. Resistances on the gloves, right? Luxury if you can get, you know, some stats, if you can get some magic, fine. It's a luxury. Like, just work on your resistances and all that stuff. I gambled it. I found this chest, I found this, but you can get this from the shop. You can just shop run. You just in and out of town, and you can get gear like that. You can get a shield like that from the shop. But I was just messing around. I was doing a few gambles and I ended up getting this shield, but my previous shield had like 59% block. That was fine. Like, I didn't need that close to 75%. It was still fine, no big deal. So yeah, resistances, but I got nice life here, and especially hit recovery, very nice. So that's basically what's up with the gear. And finally, I gambled these boots and I was stunned when it happened, because like, are you kidding me? Like, guys, look at these boots. I gambled that and I was like 20% faster run walk. I believe you can get up to 40% later. But like 20% at the time, I was running 10% faster run walk. I got 20%, and then look at those resistances. Like, if I remove these boots, look at that. The difference is insane. So cold and lightning res, top tier. I mean, I would say the best resistances are fire and lightning. After that, it would be like cold, and finally it would be poison, because poison is mostly damage over time, and you can counter that with drinking antidote potion. But fire lightning versus like Diablo, Chaos Sanctuary, it's dangerous. But still, a lot of resistances are on these boots. Got half raise duration too. I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna replace those, but I'll be playing with these for a long time, I think. And only level 18 requirement, so that's beast. So yeah, like, very happy with the gear I gambled and the one that I found. And you probably want to see the character in action, right? So I've explained how to actually build the character. It is very easy. Just like dump your point in Holy Fire. So 1 point in might, just attack with normal attack, and then 1 point in sacrifice, and then you're gonna 2 point in resist fire. Level 5 you save your point. So at 6 you can put 1 point in zeal, 1 point in Holy Fire, and then it's from there on out, it's like Holy Fire non-stop until 20. And the thing is, you might get similar damage if you just put point in resist fire before this is maxed out, but I'm pretty sure, no, I'm sure, Holy Fire, when you put points, the radius, you see the radius is 16.6. It gets bigger, so you're actually hitting the whole screen at 20. Actually, you might be hitting a bit off screen as well. So I don't even have skill ups, like, I mean, gear that increase the skills. Now in classic, what you could have a scepter that's +3 Holy Fire, right, and +2 Paladin. You can shop that. You can shop it early for just 3 Holy Fire, or +1 Paladin, 3 Holy Fire, and then eventually you get 2 Pally, 3 Holy Fire. And I mean, if you can get a rare that has increased attack speed as well and ignore target defense, I like, forget it, that would be super OP broken, but you would get quite a bit of damage out of that. You could wear Tarn Helm, you could wear Silk of Victor, you can wear Saigon Shield, you can wear a +1 or +2 Pally Ami, you can wear Stone of Jordan. So you can get a lot of skill ups. So the weapon could be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now there's no charm in classic. +12 would deal quite a bit of damage. Like, I don't know how much more. Hopefully it's at least double. But I did check it out, like the damage increase from just like having +1 skill, it was pretty okay, I guess. It was like 50 Holy Fire damage, like the ticking. So it was something like maybe a less than 10% increase. So if you have +10 skills, I think you're dealing like, but I think the thing with skill ups is that it gets more and more powerful as you get more of it, right? But in classic, +10 is still not that crazy compared to the expansion. In the expansion, you can get like ridiculous levels, probably like level 50, and you can get you can do Holy Shock with Dream. There's that Phoenix one, that's Redemption or Holy Fire. But anyways, you can get something like probably level like 70, or the Dream you can make the helm and you can make the shield in the expansion. So that's like +40 or something like that. On top of like, yeah, you could have something, I think, or they work separately. I think they all stack together. And the damage at that point is like, you just walk and everything dies, like in the whole game. And you can put it on a merc, or have conviction on the merc, or have that gear on the merc and have conviction running on you. Yeah, you're gonna just destroy the game. And conviction is extremely powerful in Diablo 2 because you can minus resist like 150% pretty easily with some skill ups, I think. Radius goes up as well, and I think the radius only increases with hard points, so after 20 it will not go up further. So one more thing for the stats, basically strength, so you can wear your gear. You just need enough for that. Sometimes you might not want to rely on the stats that you get out of your gear because you might be replacing that gear, right? So that's why I have more points in strength, because I was planning to gamble and replace these gloves, right? And I don't know, that belt, I didn't get it yet, so I didn't have that 8 strength there. So just enough for wearing your gear. Dex, you don't need Dex because you cannot increase your block chance with Dex in Classic. You just need the block chance on your shield, plus like Holy Fire, Shield. You can have like Twitch Throw. I think you get 20% out of that. But you don't need all that because you can just wear a single like magic shield, like Tower Shield, and get like almost 75% block. You don't even need Holy Shield, which is insane. Just dump everything in Vitality. Done. Like, you don't need energy, you don't need dexterity. Unless your weapon requires dexterity, let's say, right? So, let me show the build in action. Now, my favorite places, of course, in normal, you just walk and stuff will go down, and then you zeal the act bosses and rares, right? What I found that was nice to actually farm, actually the Arcane Sanctuary was like very smooth and I was getting some solid XP, but when you get into the Canyon of Magi and you can tomb farm, right, and you will just melt everything, right? Especially monsters with a low amount of health like the Skellies or like the Beetles give a lot of experience. The Beetles, insane experience actually. Dry heals, they can show up all over the place. Pretty much like you don't need to farm a specific zone, you will just progress and get experience easily, and you feel like you don't have quite the resistance, you don't feel confident to deal with the ag boss yet or something like that. You can just farm whatever you please, but the lower the amount of health the monster have, if they're not monsters that have a resistance to fire, if you're running Holy Fire, I mean different thing if you run Holy Shock, but this is about Holy Fire for this video, for this build guide. You just want to, you're gonna know, you're fighting monsters, it's ticking the Holy Fire, and you see their health, they just get melted in one hit, like the Beetles, or like monsters with very low health, like Skellies, or yeah, you will know. Farm a zone where the monsters get one tapped or two, because as you walk with 20% faster run walk even, you're able to tick twice before the monsters are off screen, and even if they are off screen it still hits them, so that's great. Worse, you can just like slow down, or you know, like don't like beeline away from them. So when you reach Act 3, the Spider Forest, like those packs of like the one that blow dart and the little guys with the daggers, they just get one tapped, and the packs can be insane, and you just walk and everything gets deleted, and it's amazing to farm. My favorite is actually the Flayer Jungle. It's an open area, you just run in there and stuff will go down. So let's actually go there. I've done some Travanco farming, but it's slow. When you can do what I'm gonna show you, you're gonna be like, I should probably do that. That's crazy good. The City of the Dam can be farmed actually if you get those lightning ball monster and if you get those lightning bats. If it's a combination of those two, the one that makes like those baby larvae, you can kind of like farm them, but you're not gonna one tap them. You're gonna one tap what it's creating. But then if you get the infernal demons, like the infernal spitting demons, they will not get taken out easily. So it really depends what monster gets generated in the zone. But in Flare Jungle, like, look how easy it is. I'm just walking with my Holy Fire. Okay, wrong way. These get 2 tapped, right? Okay, I'm level 50. So yeah, this zone is okay. XP shrine. You will see like the experience is not that good, but like it was smooth sailing up to 50 very easily. Look at that. You can just check whatever drops, the loot. You know, I don't pick the gold because I prefer to just pick up the high ticket items, like a higher level type of like a field plate, a gothic plate. I like to pick armors. I like to pick like bone wands, scepters, staffs, and I check, does it actually give skill up? Yes, I keep it, especially if it's like more. Okay, that was not the right place. But sometimes you get like the zone that's generating the little guys with the holding the dagger and the one that blow the darts together, and the packs are insane. And you just delete them. You just delete the whole screen, the smaller ones, not the one that blow fire. Look at that. Like, you just walk and they go down, right? I got, okay, I do have an XP shrine, but that's like a bar and I'm level 50 already, right? Like, you could do the same in hell, because you have to remember, in classic the monsters don't have the zone's done. Maybe soon it's gonna be done. It's gonna be on to the next one. But you can see, even you can stay like this or just move around to avoid like the darts, the arrow, whatever, and you're just gonna delete them. And what you want to have, you want a stamina potion, right? Or when you see these wells, you can pop it. If you see like a, ooh, no way. Come on, please, finally be a good ring. Oh, that's good. Yo, there's mana leech on that. I can even change my weapon. That's double res. Okay, it's nothing crazy, but there's damage reduced by 1. There's half freeze duration, 33 res. Okay, poison, not the most important, but there's even attack rating on that thing. I mean, I wouldn't say, like, let's say I put it on, right? 23% chance to hit. I mean, from 23 to 33, that's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet, but it doesn't work for my resist right now. That was a nice find. That was a nice, and this one, that's maximum gold that you're gonna get. So when you see those, you know, high ticket items, just get them. Just pick them up. You don't need to pass back for gold. And to be honest, like, if you're not stacking gold find, let's say, I mean, if I had a gold dagger, I would wear it. I would wear a gold dagger, especially if I'm just walking and farming. Gold dagger would be like a really solid find for me. Getting a gold wrap, getting chance guards, all those to increase my magic find, to increase my gold find. Yeah, I would walk back to pick up that gold if like those stacks, like, they're gonna be pretty juicy, right? At that point, you're gonna be like swimming in gold, and then you're gonna be able to just gamble to your heart's content. Like, you're gonna be able to really go crazy with the gambling, and that will make it so much easier to gear out. Like, this is not the expansion. Like, you don't have access to the runes, you don't have access to like OP sets and uniques, high level ones, so it makes it so rare. Rare is like the name of the game, basically. Yeah, there are some uniques that are very powerful, but like really good rares is where it's at. Look at that. Okay, that's maybe like at least 5,000. That's a really good one, actually. Oh, this is full. So yeah, usually I would have more space than this. So you can also stick the bottom row. You know, usually armors, they don't take. Okay, so there we go. Just you're just picking, you know, scepter, body armor, right? Wands. Sometimes you get a staff. Yeah, maybe 3 3 slot line, 4 slot, or the big one that takes 8, the war staff. But most of the time you're good to like get that bottom line filled up with stuff, and it's really like you're just running and you delete stuff. Now I'm not very efficient in this one. Now if you do have charge, since I'm in hardcore and I'm worried about the like, imagine you like freeze lock, and like even like the big monsters, which you can do, something I prefer to do is that to like resync myself with the server, I kind of like hit and run, because if you just start locking onto them and attacking them, sometimes you like kind of like desync, and even with ignore target defense on your weapon, it feels like you're missing, like you're not hitting them. So it's annoying. So very easy, just like that's how you remake. And that was like almost 3 bars, and that was not even a good level. This has 4 sockets too. So yeah, with ID, if I had to ID, and then back to Ormus, and you can see, I mean, that was more gold than I thought. Look at that, almost the limit of 30 for where I'm at. Look at that gold, right? Oh yes, the skill up. So I have this weapon. Actually, I kept it for like the video just to show you guys the difference. So you can see my Holy Fire, top end 580, 214 minimum, 580 top end. Now you can see the difference. You can see minimum went up 20, top end went up 46, 20 to 46 for 1 skill up, right? So it's not 10%, it's like an 8% increase. I mean, the minimum damage is almost 10%, but the max damage is right, it's just 40 instead of like being like a 58 increase. So skill ups are nice, but to be honest, I would much rather, like in a hardcore, you're playing hardcore, you need your resistances. You need resistances, you need faster hit recovery, you need block. And then, yeah, if you can get some life, of course. After that, it's a luxury. You want to get some other things like Magic Find. I mean, I would take Magic Find over Gold Find, unless I'm like heavily stacking it. So I'm just gonna go again while I'm talking. Just like, I want to show you guys that crazy dance one. Like, I'm not gonna remake game like non-stop until I get the perfect place, just to prove a point here, but maybe I luck out. So yeah, you could be that's a pretty nice one compared to the last run. This one is better. You gotta be careful about fire shrines. A fire shrine takes out 60% of your life. So normally I would pat back to like finish, like this is the great here. It's switch zone. I wonder, yeah, the Great March. I don't know, I don't think I seen the zone switch, or I didn't notice it. Oh, that was already Great March down here. This is already Great March. So yeah, the thing, Great March, you can see like those zombies are not taking much damage. They might be immune to fire in hell actually. So this zone can actually have the dart blow. Oh my, okay, fanatism is not a good thing to see. If you get, I'm completely in that zone. I am completely in that zone. That's not what I want to farm. But like, it's easy to get deleted, especially in Classic. What needs to happen? They put amplified damage on you. That would like very fast attack speed. Or there's some insane combination. You always see people like losing their character, especially in Classic, more so than in the expansion, because the power creep is not as high at all when like you have to rely heavily on rare here versus like unique and set and rune wars that are super broken in the expansion, right? My only beef with Classic, like Classic's my favorite one, but my biggest beef, okay, it's the storage space. You don't have the shared stash. The storage space is minuscule. I have to show you guys if you don't know. The stash is nothing. It's like 4 times No, it's because you have in the expansion you have 3 shared pages plus a personal one. Just the personal one alone is something like 4 times bigger than what you get here. And then the shared pages, right? Like it's I should check what dropped. Usually I press Alt all the time. Let's delete this one. I like these mobs because you can kill them twice and get loot twice from them, especially the rare and champions. Very nice, very nice. That's another reason why this zone is amazing. But the storage space is awful. If they can increase that, I was listening to Lama SC, and he was talking about that as well. And there's a bunch of people online, of course, that are bringing that up. I like to pick up the rings, but like boost the space. Like I think even purists wouldn't complain. Like I don't know how many characters we can actually make. I'm muling stuff all the time, but I have to wait for a game for 5 minutes to perm the game, to make the game permanent, so I can transfer myself between my characters. So yeah, if there could be a shared stash, that'd be so good. Like it's such an easy implementation. I don't think people will complain. I mean, hell, maybe give people the option, worst case, like to not have it. So you can see the farming, it's smooth selling. Like if you see a big pack, of course, you don't feel too confident. I prefer to like dodge and run around, because when you don't have good faster hit recovery, faster block recovery, you're gonna have some problems. You can get that's one of the big stabs. You're gonna be stuck in a hit recovery lock, and you might not be able to move at all, and the damage that you're taking is gonna spiral out of control. It's gonna spiral out of control because you're taking some damage initially, but what if you if you're not blocking fast enough, you can only block 1 hit until you recover again. That's my understanding from what I remember. If you get hit at the same time, you're not blocking the majority of those hits, and it spirals out of control. You might get, this is pretty nice, you might get deleted. It will happen nearly instantly, especially if you have amplified damage that gets put on you. If there's a conviction monster around and you're dealing with like magic type of damage coming your way, and you can't block that as well. Or if there's amplified damage on you plus like a might pack, a might aura, or if there's fanatism plus might plus amp damage, like there's some insane combinations that can happen if you don't pay attention, and you will get deleted. Your character will disappear. Like you will not even have time to escape, save and exit if you do that. If that's how you save yourself usually. You're just gonna without battle order, that's it, that's the end. Because battle order is, you can more than double your life, because they run like with the BO sticks. What do you get out of that? Like plus 2, plus 3. I know you can get like +2 barbarian, +3 battle order in the expansion. I guess you can get that here as well. Yeah, that's a ridiculous amount of life that you're getting. Classic, especially the expansion with the charms, like that's, and all the uniques, insane. Like you can, I think you can triple your life. You triple your life and mana. Like it makes the game completely trivial. It's not even close how easy it is. So okay, you can see fanatism. So you're just gonna like run around. Like don't try to tank it. Like you might be surprised by how much damage they're dealing, because you might not have time to actually read if it's a, you know, extra fast pack, and then you're lucky in hit recovery and they have fanatism and they're attacking faster and dealing more damage. And then what if there's another pack that joins in? It could just be extra damage, or it might be like might, or like a monster nearly off screen putting amplified damage on you. So yeah, there's a lot of things that can go wrong real quick, especially in the Chaos Sanctuary, right? Especially in the Chaos Sanctuary. So that's the thing. Yes. So yeah, I mean, I hope this video was helpful to be honest, like if you usually play the expansion only, I would give Classic a chance. Now, I wish there was a solo self-found, because if you like to be competitive like me, like I don't take this too seriously here, because first I'm playing solo self-found, and you're not gonna compete at all versus a team of 2 players together, just like a barbarian plus like another class, because if you're not playing a barbarian, you don't have battle order, which means like you don't have that 2 to like 2.5 times more life and mana. That's a game changer. A lot of players play like with a sorceress that put enchant. If you have that, like if I'm a Zealer or a Boazon, right, with enchant, or actually that's what I would like to play, would be like if I get enchant on me, if I wasn't solo self-found, right, and I have conviction, I would spec into conviction, so I would help the team. I would not only lower the resist of the monsters, I will lower their defenses, so you don't need as much, you know, attack rating to hit them. And conviction, it's a lot of fun for me. Conviction plus, let's say, with vengeance, that's a lot of fun. Conviction, yes, you can do with zeal if you get elemental damage somehow. I mean, in Classic it's different. You can have it on your weapon a bit, but like really like getting enchant from a sorceress would be very helpful. Or you can go conviction with Fist of the Heavens. I don't know how powerful it is in Classic. I don't know if it's reviable, because the real build you're gonna transition into, especially if you're soul self-found, is Bless Hammer. Bless Hammer with concentration. Concentration aura. That's the classic OP way to deal with like the game. Chaos Sanctuary farming. Bless Hammer with a +2 pally with +3 Bless Hammer scepter that you can shop for yourself. You're just going to delete everything, and then you put this maxed, concentration max, you put point in like Bless Aim 1, Vigor 1, and then you max them as your level. You're just going to deal crazy damage, and then you can just charge into packs and Bless Hammer with enough fast cast rate, faster hit recovery. You can swap to the good old like redemption to get, you know, life and mana back as well. So it's very powerful. I didn't want to play that. I've played plenty of times in the past. I mean, I got thousands of hours in Diablo. I mean, I played Diablo 2 when it came out in 1999, and the summer of 1999, like one of my best summers. Diablo 2 was insane. I mean, I was a kid, and that was completely crazy. And in March 1999, actually, they had, well, they had a beta test, open beta test of BattleNet for Diablo 2, and the max level was 20, only Act 1, and you could only do, it was not the Countess, was it? No, it was the Bloodmoor plus the Cold Plains, and yeah, that's what it was. Plus, I remember it was the Cold Plains with the buried ground, and you would farm for Raven, and the max level was 20, and there was a ladder as well, and yeah, Barbarian were meta, and I've done a lot of testing back in those days, and yeah, then the game came out in was it June something, mid-June 1999, and that was insane. Frozen Orb Sorceress that could just spam Frozen Orb. That was just next level stuff right there. That was so broken. I had it was the first ladder in Classic. Yeah, it was the first ladder. I was like rank 1 in, yeah, I was rank 1 with the source for like, it was like a week or close to a week. Yeah, my source was called Cold Fusion, and man, that was insane. That was insane. Just like Frozen Orb, spam destroying everything, melting everything, and I was farming. What's the zone outside of Pandemonium Fortress? I was farming that and like City of the Damned. I wasn't doing even Chaos because like immunities. I was farming the outer steps majority of the time, and I was going in public games to get into P8 games, and I would like solo with no one, and I like rank 1. That was insane. a lot of fun. So yeah, I guess I covered everything. And the cow level, that's what I wanted to talk about. Just the cow level, you're gonna farm that. In normal, you can 2-tap them with the Holy Fire, so you just dance around, don't charge in the back and get hit by them, because they will delete you. Without battle order, soul cell found, you're gonna get deleted. They attack all at the same time, you cannot block everything, they will chop you up, your health will be gone, you will lose your character in hardcore. Don't charge in there, because sometimes you don't know there's a rare in there, and yeah, you can get deleted. I mean, maybe more than one rare, especially if you like you're herding a lot of packs together, which is what I do. Like, you get many packs together and you just dance around and avoid them. Holy Fire, like 2 hit, maybe 3 to take them out, and then as you level it, you will take them out sometime in 1 hit or 2 hit. And the cow level, you can do that. Normal cow level, yeah, you can take out Diablo, like let's say like 25, but even in normal, if you want, you can do Flair Jungle up until like almost 30. Not the most efficient, but I would say like in the late level 20s, you're good to go. Like, it's gonna be very easy. Like, you can do River Flame, especially go get your Izul skill ups and then go back to farm Flair Jungle a bit, and then go and take out Diablo, and then you can just do the cow level. You can take out the Cow King, and it doesn't matter, you can just keep making games. It's not like back in the days, if you take out the Cow King, you cannot remake the cow level, but now you can, right? They changed that. And actually the Cow King drops like really good loot. I got a lot of like set gear, which I don't even use. It's just on mules for, I don't know why, for future characters, I guess. But yeah, you can farm cow level until like, let's say, you don't want to overdo it, but like 35, let's say, that's already plenty. You can do low 30, and then you move on to Nightmare. If you feel like your resistances you're comfortable with them, just pick up the high ticket items, the armors, the wands, the scepters, vendor them. Don't vendor in Act 1 of normal. The limit is 5,000 gold. You have to move to Act 4, sell your stuff there, and just like have as much space as possible here, have as much space in your cube as possible, right? And just like sell everything every time and go back in the cow level. Keep doing that. Do that the whole game basically, and gamble, right? I would prefer like gamble boots. Just boots is cheaper than going for heavy boots, or you know, not war boot. Yeah, greaves. It's much cheaper. Just go for boots. Like, your defense doesn't matter even. Just go for like, yeah, you can get Blood Fist if you gamble for heavy gloves, if you get lucky. You can get Hotspur if you gamble for normal boots, right? So there's that. You can get Tarnhelm if you gamble for what's it called again? So like, look at that, 33,000 gold, right? 40,000 gold for a crown. 33,000. Look at this, 19,500 for a skull cap. It can be Tarnhelm. It's probably like a 1 chance out of 1,000 or 2,000. So yeah, it would be rough. But it's really about getting a rare. Let's say a rare with resistances, faster hit recovery, maybe life. All these things will help a lot. When your resistances, you're comfortable with them, well, you don't need every resist maxed out for Nightmare. Act 1, I mean, fire is important, lightning, right? Cold is not as important. Fire, lightning is the most important ones. Cold is third, and then poison is last, I would say, because you can use Towering Potion and Antidote Potion to raise the cold and poison resist, like I said previously. So yeah, you just need, like, just put magical rings worst case, because you're not gonna have good jewelry unless you're super lucky. Just resistances, and fill it up with, get hit faster run walk on the boots. That's pretty important, getting 10-20%. like, resistance are nice, but you don't need triple resist. Like, 1 resist with hit recovery and faster run walk is plenty for me, right? The extra is icing on the cake. If you get double resist with run walk, that's already good enough. If you get hit recovery like with run walk and like a mid resist, that's fine. So yeah, you can also, like, a way to do it is putting diamonds in a like 3 socket, 4 socket shield, and just use that as your resistance, right? So that's definitely a strategy that you can employ. But yeah, I hope this was helpful to you guys. I'm gonna get, I mean, I'll get more videos out for Classic, but of course I play pretty much every ARPG. So when Path of Exile 1 gets their new ladder, their new season, not ladder, new, what the hell it's called? It's not a season, it's league. When they get the new league, so I'm gonna be playing that, right? So I'll do the cycle. I'll do the cycle, BOE 1, you know, Project Diablo 2, Diablo 2 Resurrected, you know, Diablo, Path of Exile, yeah, 2, Diablo, not really Diablo 4. I mean, I didn't get the expansion. The game is not, I'm not feeling it, and the reviews are not that good. So yeah, I'll bounce around, and some Grim Dawn here and there, maybe some good old Torchlight 2, and yeah, I mean, like the Last Epoch, of course, and yeah, I mean, like D2 is the GOAT, but really in terms of like builds possibility, right? Like there is not that many things compared to like Path of Exile 1, especially. Even Hero Siege, there's a lot of like builds that you can do, a lot of fun. But yeah, I like to play hardcore. Solo self-found, not always. I like to trade as well, but yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.